Hey everyone, Sweet Shard here on Coral TV. Today, I'm giving you a quick tutorial on Hong Kong seams. If you're having any trouble finding some of the materials, I've listed them in the description box below, but really all you need is a sewing machine and some bias tape. Let's get started. The first thing we're gonna do is pin our material right sides together. Now that I've put a pin in it, I'm gonna sew a straight stitch all the way down using a 5/8 seam allowance. Whenever you are starting a stitch, make sure to back stitch. It's important stuff, okay? Trust me. And we're just gonna press open our seam allowances, and then we are done with this portion for now. Now we're going to take our bias tape and we're going to run it from the top of the seam down to the bottom just for length. And we're gonna trim maybe just an extra inch or so below. When you're working with bias tape, one of the folds is a little bit wider than the other. The shorter fold is typically 1/4 of an inch wide. That's the one that we wanna work with. The wider one, we're going to open up and we're gonna press open. There we go. Now our bias tape is all prepped and ready to go. We're going to take the folded edge and we're going to place it right along your raw edge of your seam allowance. And you're gonna match the edges up. So when you're pinning your bias tape to your seam, you just want to let it fall naturally. We don't want any tension, otherwise it's going to cause a lot of puckering and we don't want that. See, now we've got everything pinned up, everything matches, our edges are in a good spot, and then we're going to sew right down the fold. We are then going to fold this over our seam allowance and fold it one more time. So we want it nice and tight right around your edge. We are going to stitch in the ditch. If you don't know what this term means, what it really means is to stitch right in the seam line of your previous stitch. So we're not going to stitch on our blue fabric and we're not going to stitch on our beige bias tape. We're going to stitch all the way down that line. And when you're doing this, take your time because you really want to make sure that your stitch doesn't show anywhere else. You don't need to rush through it. And this is what it looks like on the other side. It's flat, it's not folded under. That's the one side. I'm gonna trim off the extra that I have right here, then I'm gonna finish the other side, and then we are finished. All right, and this is what it looks like. I'm just gonna give it one last press. This is it. Look how beautiful this seam looks. And now just imagine this with your beautiful fabric and maybe a gold detail, silver, or whatever you want. This is a perfect way to add a little bit of luxury to any garment. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. We've got more videos coming up where I'm gonna show you how to actually put these seams into play, okay? See you later.